Welcome back, Schmoedown fans, to the second episode of the week for Beyond the Schmoedown. We had to split these up into 2 episodes because there's just so much to talk about.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot. But yesterday's episode, we went over the play-in matches for the tournament, and today we are going over the Throwdown, last week's Throwdown for last Friday.
Yes.
With all of that. And again, this is a spoiler-heavy episode.
Yeah, if you haven't watched the Throwdown, you should probably come back later.
Yeah.
Unless you want us to tell you what happens.
So there's your spoiler warning. Keep the video playing on mute if you're on YouTube.
watch hours and whatever. Yeah. But we're going to talk about Shazam and Final Exam, and then we're going to talk about the title match between Dan and Ethan. Mm-hmm. So if you don't know, and you don't want to know yet, come back later.
Yeah, with that.
We want you to hang out with us, but once you know.
So, yeah, spoiler warning. And these are 2 high-profile matches.
Oh, yeah.
And, I've said before, this, if you were looking at this, the pay-per-views, I should say, the Throwdowns, that you're like, maybe I don't want to be a patron, but I want to buy one of the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
This is the one to buy.
Oh, yeah.
I know the week one before was like Kevin Smets versus Chandru, that's a hype, but this is like everybody in this Throwdown are heavy
hitters. Yeah, it's like, with the exception of Lon and Brendan, everybody else is either a current or past belt holder in this Throwdown. Yeah, but so it's tremendous.
Lon's coming really close. Mm-hmm. Brendan won the team's tournament along with Viviani last year. Yeah. So, I mean, we're already talking about them, so let's go ahead and get into the matches.
Yeah.
So the first match, the undercard of this Throwdown.
Shazam versus Final Exam. Mm-hmm. Shazam is, of course, William the Beast Bibiani and Brendan the Kid Meyer, and they represent the Quirky Mercs. Mm-hmm. And Final Exam is, of course, Paul Primetime Oyama and Lon the Delinquent Harris, and they represent Swag. So, this was an interesting match to say the least, mostly because of it was technical malfunctions aplenty. Yeah, but that's no one's fault.
Yeah, but but before this match even began, I think Brendan and Bibbs were setting up their entrance because of the whole Lon is a bad influence on the kid.
Yeah, that little video that was tweeted and shared out was good. I love it.
It was really creative, and they're met, and they come in, and you know that Bibbs and Brendan want to do something special for the entrance.
It wouldn't be Bibiani or Shazam if they didn't have some kind of an entrance. So I'm glad they were able to do something.
I thought it was fun, and Brendan's just playing off man, being a delinquent. I don't wear matching shirts. They don't have matching shirts. Just but I mean, it's just, and Brendan's a working actor. Yeah. And and one of the rare working actors in the Schmoedown, and he plays it up really good. And Bibbs is really good at acting too.
Oh yeah.
And it was very funny. I thought it was really funny.
It was great. Brendan Meyer's Lon's really rubbing off on him. He's drinking milk straight out of the carton, ladies and gentlemen. So,
but he popped right back in the character, and we said it before yesterday on the show that Brendan is he's
a wonderful
guy.
Yeah, only us having met him a handful of times. He's a wonderful human being. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's a good guy.
Let's go ahead and get
impossibly
into the match.
Nice. And so, I mean, we haven't. They're all nice.
Yeah, and I was really looking forward to this match too because we have not seen Shazam pretty much all season.
It's been a hot minute.
And the last time we saw them compete officially was the very first match, very first event. Not the first match, but the second match of the season.
Yeah.
And in New York.
Against Dan
Murrell.
Yeah.
And was this the first time we've seen Dan Murrell compete? I think
since that match. I do believe so. We haven't seen Founding Fathers because they're defending a belt.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Dan won the belt from Ben. Wow.
Oh, no.
Just short circuit, the internet in this match was just short circuiting.
That was embarrassing.
That was embarrassing. My bad. No, but it's been.
Don't worry, we'll cut it out later.
I'm gonna leave it in there just because less work for me. But
we're gonna look like idiots.
But we recovered from it. Whatever.
We
but the last time Dan competed was in Atlanta when he won the belt off of Ben.
Yes.
Ben Bateman.
Yes.
And he became the 4th double-belted champion in the entire history of the league.
4th double-belted or 4-time?
4th double-belted.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. I believe so.
I don't know. I know that number 4 is involved in his championship stats.
Yeah. Well, yeah, 4-time singles champion.
Yeah.
Fourth to be
But also the fourth
double belted champion.
Oh.
Because for him it was Sam Levine, Rachel Cushing, Mike Kalinowski, and Dan Murrell. Only competitors to have 2 belts consecutively at the same time.
Cool.
But yeah, but for this undercard, I was looking forward to it because we haven't seen Shazam in a long time. It's like, was ring rust a thing for them? And Bibiani had a funny little thing. It's like, yeah, no, we've been practicing it digitally, and, doing the tweets and the zooms
and the talk ticks.
Yeah. Bibiani just being Bibiani. And
Classic.
But yeah, I was excited because this Final Exam on a hot streak. Shazam just waiting in the wings because they were the last to compete for the team's belt. So really excited to see this match. So
Heck yeah.
round number 1.
So round number 1, we have Brendan. He missed the first question. And whenever you're in a high stakes match like this, it's always like, oh no, is that setting the tone for the match?
Yeah.
Whoever it is, whoever you're rooting for, it's always like, oh no, first question.
Yeah, and the first question is really what gets you in the mindset because nerves get you and
get on
like,
the board.
You got to get on the board, and you miss the first question. It's like, oh god, and you still got to find your rhythm. You get that first question, and it's like,
okay,
it's like
cool.
sigh. I can finally get off it, and then the nerves kind of disappear. So when you miss the first question, it's just like
that's got to be a hard way to start. But then you get to show how you recover.
Yeah,
always a bright light and shine silver linings.
Bright light, shining silver lining.
I short circuited there too.
Tag it.
So
trademark it.
The first question, it was a question about running scared. He also missed a question about the fugitive. Paul missed a question about Gene Hackman, and then Killer Clowns from Outer Space, something about Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah.
Lon missed a question about The Purge. Mr. Bibiani, Mr. Beast himself, got a perfect round and got the bonus.
Yes.
So by the end of round 1,
Beast
it
doing
was
beastly things.
12-15 in favor of Shazam. Round 2. Final Exam goes first. They got Sly and Arnie.
And they spin away from something, or do they?
I didn't take that note. So I don't know.
Whoops.
I didn't take that note this time. But they went to multiple choice twice. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. My earrings under these headphones are like stabbing my neck, and I don't know why. I should take them off and not subject myself to this. All right. So they went to multiple choice.
I'll go on a rant, and you can take them off really quickly.
I'm sure we'll get there.
Yeah.
So multiple choice twice. They missed it once, and it got stolen. Multiple choice the second time, they got it right. So goes to Shazam.
Oh, and I should say that first steal, because they sign Arnie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking something different. So
Get
go
ahead
ahead.
of yourself?
Get ahead of myself. Sorry.
Shazam gets Clint Eastwood.
Yes.
Multiple choice twice also. Missed both. One was not stolen. The other was stolen.
And this one this is the one I was thinking with because they were bouncing back and forth between
Much better.
So here's my rant. So they're for our audio listeners, she's taking off her earrings. So this question there, Brendan and Bibbs were going back and forth. Oh, is it Korean War or is it the Vietnam War? And they're just ping-ponging back and forth. And Bibbs had this one like logic because they narrowed it down, and it's like, but the way that how old he is in the movie and how old he would be in real life if he was a Korean War vet.
He'd have been like in his late 30s for the Vietnam War.
Yeah, exactly. So by that logic, I was like, that seems to sound like, but it's like, oh no, let's just because usually it's like, oh, let's just default to Vietnam because that's usually what movies usually default to.
Yeah.
And like they got it wrong, and then Final Exam steals it because they said Korean War.
They knew it right away.
And they knew it right away. And had they gone with that logic with Bibbs, they would have got it right.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, that's just like, damn, type of moment.
Damn.
Man. So
by the end of round 2, 22-24 in favor of Shazam. Round 3, 2-pointer for Final Exam. Paul takes the first one. Drew Barrymore, the most recent film in which she and Adam Sandler co-starred in, he got it right. Ooh, 2-pointer for Shazam. Mr. Bibiani took it.
It was
Dance movies.
films.
Dance. Who plays Honey Daniels in Honey? And he got it right away.
And
so obviously he's an aficionado on dance movies.
And Brendan wanted to take this question because, like, look, I'm not having a good game clearly. So let's be strategic. And if I miss it, it's only a 2-pointer, and we can recover from that. And Bibbs was like, no, I like dance movies. You're performing admirably.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
I'll take it. and it almost sort of backfired, quote unquote, because Brendan knew the answer to it.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh,
Damn.
damn. So it could, it's just one of those things that, like we said before, I really don't like seeing. I know some people might like seeing the conversation between teammates and strategy.
It's interesting.
It's interesting, but I don't like it.
From a competitive standpoint, it's like, I don't want to
give away too many cards.
Then they hear about the times when they're like, because there was one question, I don't remember what it was, but Shazam, both of them were like, hey man, I'm not sure on this one. Yeah, and it kind of like takes away from like the suspense and also the like, oh wow, look at Bibiani and Brendan, they're so good. Yeah. And then to hear them both be like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, it shows so many cards that it's like, I don't like this. Because for some competitors, I'm like, oh, they're so good, but then it sort of like takes them off their pedestal for a second. I'm like, oh, I guess a lot of it has to do with process of elimination and stuff like that. So I mean, we're all human, but like I like the tension and suspense, and when you see the conversation, it's just like, ugh.
And it's interesting to watch. That is for sure.
Yeah,
I'm just talking from like a competitive standpoint.
Yeah,
it's like, I don't want to show my cards.
Yeah,
and give away what I, how I guess,
Yeah, and we'll get to this in the title match with competitors speaking in code. I actually think there was a speaking in code with a final exam.
I think so too. I forgot what they said. But
I think it was when they were in their wheel round, and they spun away from their first category, and Lon goes, "So what do you think? Do you want me to? Can I spend the night at your place, Paul?" And he's like, "Yeah, well, let's." And I think that's sort of code for like, let's spin away from this.
I mean, well, that's kind of a random thing to say if you're not talking to codes, so it must have been.
So I think that's a new level that these competitors are going to, and I absolutely love it. Because, like we said, giving away tactics and your cards showing like what you do and don't know, it's blatantly obvious now with this digital format.
Yeah.
So
now there's gonna be like playbooks.
It's gonna be like Omaha and Halle Berry.
Except you gotta like change it every single match because
Peyton Manning it up like for
calling an inaudible.
Inaudible.
So Bibiani got the dance movie. Excellent job.
Excellent.
William.
Yes.
So it goes back to final exam for the 3-pointer. Lon gets Disney. And I love this question because it's who voices Tomatoa in Moana. And oh man, first of all, Moana.
Love Moana.
Second of all, Tomatoa is hilarious. We sing that Shiny song with two of our like really close friends because their kid was like super obsessed with Moana when he was really little.
And the inside joke is we sing it to each other
with the wrong lyrics.
The wrong lyrics all the time.
I'm not even gonna
strip the deck and so shiny.
I'm not even gonna bother performing it for you because it's probably not gonna be funny, but it's really funny for us. So Jermaine Clement, he got it right.
Yeah.
3-pointer for Shazam, Brendan. He got Thriller. Brendan had a very big technical malfunction at this point, and oh man, I like that Paul was like on the up and up, and he's like, before you ask it, and things look like they're going sideways. I think he's frozen.
Yeah, and so
that was really
that's
top-notch
sportsmanship.
Yeah,
and I think this new character that Paul has,
I love it,
really lends it to that because if he's old Paul Oyama, he'd be
like, man, F it. That's his problem.
Can they get a forfeit, please? But this is I like the sportsmanship in this, and I do want to take after we get this. I want to talk about the technical difficulties that they were experiencing and stuff because and something that Lon was doing that I was like, curious. But
I'm not sure where you're going with that.
No, it's nothing that he did, but it's something that it's a technical VFX thing that I was.
I know what you're talking about. Okay,
Lon, come on.
Yeah. I know.
So go ahead. Let's go ahead and finish. Wrap up
what you're cooking. So Brendan got Thriller. Who plays Nino? I don't know if I got that right. In Drive, he got it right.
And I think it was almost not a guess, but it was one of those where he wasn't completely sure.
Yeah.
Because again, we said that Brendan's enthusiasm and is infectious, and he's one of my top favorite competitors to watch, and just to as a dude too. So gotta have him back on the show. Be cool.
Yeah,
have him on video because we had Shazam on when we were just doing audio only.
Yeah,
and I want to get them in on video, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah,
we should get our lives together. 5-pointer for final exam. They got 90s.
Oof.
1990s. What 1993 crime drama had characters nicknamed Kane and O-Dog? They missed it.
And this is another time where the digital format kind of like shows their cards like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no.
And I mean, because you can still play up the suspense in a singles match. It'll be interesting to see like who's the boss with people like, oh, classic Bateman taking it down to the the buzzer. So it'll be interesting to see how
that's right.
People like that.
He has not competed in any form of digital at all.
So
That's interesting.
In a teams match, when you're like, oh, do they have it? Do they not? Are they doing this for suspense? And, oh my god.
Nope.
So no,
they didn't know it.
I don't know, man. So
and what did he say? He had an excellent guess to
Juice. But it was something else. It wasn't Juice, and I don't remember what it was.
Oh, and there was another. It was the steal in the second round where like everybody but Bibiani or somebody didn't know it. Like they all got it wrong, and all three of them went. I love seeing that.
I love that.
It's so.
I feel like that happened with this question too. I think.
Oh yeah, it was this question.
I think so.
Wow, what am I thinking of?
I don't know.
But no, it was this question. I think Brendan knew it.
Yeah.
But Bibbs, Lon, and Paul all didn't know it, and they're like, "What is it? What is it?" And like, no! Like
that's a great moment.
It's such a great moment because it sometimes when you pull the current back, it's like, oh no, don't do that. I don't want to see that. But like in the moments like this, it's just because like when we were in Orlando and after. Founding Fathers went off the belts off corruption, and it's all tense, and Rook is all in tears and everything, and like obviously Mike is like distraught and all that stuff. And then we go backstage and we see them chatting. It's like, dude, that one pull you got, and they're just
love it.
like, what is this?
I thought you guys hated each other.
I thought you guys hated each other. So
Stop
seeing
doing
moments
this.
like that is cool to see.
Yeah, in that moment, it was just movie lovers like, oh man, I can't believe I didn't know that.
No.
Yeah, I love moments like that.
Yeah.
It's fun. So the final score, 27-29, Shazam. So now Shazam moves on to play
Who's the Boss?
Who's the Boss?
Next week. And this is a much needed win for the Quirky Mercs because they were tied for last place.
Yeah.
And they move up out of that. So I think they're right behind the dungeon right now.
Maybe.
I believe. And it's a much needed because it's like you can be at the bottom and like the dungeon is above them right now, but like this win just starts the train moving in the right direction.
Rolling.
It gets the ball rolling because if you lose this match, it's like, oh, now everything's riding on the singles tournament.
Yeah.
Now with this, he's like, all right, so we have a chance to go for the title and just get this ball rolling because, like we said before, this season's not over. The Quirky Mercs should come back with Brendan and Bibbs in the tournament. They can catapult to the top and be on top at the end of the year. So.
Far from over.
Far from over, and they stopped the bleeding. They stopped the bleeding for now because for the FinStock Exchange, we needed Swag to lose this.
If you're talking about it from that standpoint,
we're talking from that standpoint. It's like we needed Swag Squad to stop winning so we can get some points on the board and get back into the leader spot.
Yeah.
So it was it's a good thing for the thing that Final Exam lost. And going back to the technical problems that we had, like the internet trouble for like everybody but Brendan was kind of ridiculous.
It was a lot.
It was a lot because especially Bibbs, like because there's one point where I don't know if this is how Christian and Mark were seeing him,
I don't think it was.
He was frozen at one point, and then you can see the video trying to catch up to the stream, and it's like, and there's one point where or one of the answers, it was like, oh yeah, it's this, and then people were like, oh, we can't see it, but Mark's like, yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, so I can see people like, oh, what? Were they going to give him the points because we can't see it?
Yeah.
And then the video catches up. It's like, well, if you were doubting that he said the right answer, it caught up and showed.
Yeah,
it
when
to
that
him.
happened, oh my God. Because like that happened, you see Bibbs like writing, and then we couldn't, as the audience, see what he said, but Mark was like, I was able to see it. He got it right. And then the next question happens. They ask it. Bibbs is still on a lag, but you may or may not realize that.
Yeah.
Next question happens. They like finish answering the question. You see Bibbs look like he's writing, and then like immediately turns his board around. I'm like, "What are you doing?" And then I realized that it was the feed catching up to him, and it was the answer from the last question that just verified that he did get it. If there were any naysayers out there. Yeah.
If the match of Bonnie was frustrating for us to watch because of the gameplay, this was frustrating. It's like, oh my God, fix your internet. Oh my God.
Yeah, it wasn't so much frustrating. I bet it was frustrating for Christian and Mark.
You can see it all over Christian's face. It's like, oh my God, we can't just stop the match because it's live.
Well, and then you're thinking about, oh my God, and the next match is a title match.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need this to happen with a speed round.
Yeah.
You know? So it was, I feel like it wasn't as, it was a different kind of frustrating from that Marisol Bonnie match. This was more of a, I just feel kind of bad.
Yeah.
You know? Like, you don't want this to make people be like, oh, well, they only got it because he got an extra couple seconds from a lag.
Yeah, it's like, oh, and another opportunity
like
for competitors to cheat, even though nobody was going to cheat.
No.
And it's just, and it was weird because like at the end, it's like, let's just drop everybody out of the stream and then come back. And it seemed to have fixed it at some points, but then it was just people trying to catch up. Yeah. It was very weird. I don't know if it had something to do with StreamYard or just people's internet in that area were being affected.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Is it each individual person, or was it the Stream Labs or Yards or whatever it was?
Yeah.
Because what a horrible coincidence that 3 out of 4 competitors were having terrible problems with their internet.
And I was like, maybe this is people in LA. It's like, no, but Paul lives in Hawaii.
Yeah.
So it was very strange to see that. And I was it was a matter of time before something like this was going to happen in digital.
That's the nature of this beast.
Yeah, and if it's like not a live match, it's like, all right, let's just stop the match for now, and then you can edit all this out. But it's live, and you can see like just the frustration and pure panic on Harlow's face. And like, oh, are you kidding me right now? We need this needs to happen. And the thing with Lon. The second he comes in, he's like, "Oh, because he was doing the Mulan thing and his board, and obviously he's on a green screen. You can tell he's not. They're playing it up like the delinquent. Oh yeah, no, he's in front of the green screen, and if the screen is green behind him, don't write with the green marker.
Yeah, because I said to Andrew, I'm like, what is this like reflective marker he's using? This like silver reflective marker.
It's like, don't pick a different marker. You can't see. It's like because sometimes it was hard to read his answer. I'm like, dude. Why are you writing with a green marker? Write with a blue one or a red one or a black one. And it's either he was writing with the correct one and just the lighting just messed with it. I don't see that happening. Yeah. Especially with like I don't know. It was just every time we show us, dude, you're still writing with the green marker. Stop.
He doesn't realize he can't see what it looks like.
I don't know, but I'm surprised Mark or Christian were just like, Lon, can you change the color of your marker, please? Because I'm pretty sure they understand what was going on, too.
He might not have had another marker.
Yeah, that's true, too. But it annoyed me. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it didn't annoy me that much at all.
Dude. I
don't know why.
Because, like, just, again, coming from, like, a videographer standpoint and working with clients and, like, those rare occasions where I had to go off of a footage that somebody else shot and me not being there. And it's like, why did you, are you wearing the same color shirt as the green screen behind you? Do you realize what you just did? And now I have to roto the entire clip because you didn't. It just brings up bad memories for me. And I was just like, oh, Lon.
I thought it looked kind of cool. So I don't think it was that big of a deal.
Anyways.
Wow.
Sorry, that's a little VFX rant from Andrew here.
In any case, Lon was a treat.
Oh, no.
When they were having those technical problems, Lon, and he just swooped in with the banter. And what a match for all these technical problems and the lag to happen when you've got like some of the most chattery people in the entire Schmoedown that want to make all these like little comments here and there.
And they're like, guys, we can't.
It worked out. When they were trying to figure out somebody's internet. I don't know if it was Paul or
Brendan. Brendan had to drop out. The one time he had problems, and it was in the third round.
And it took a little bit to get him, with the Thriller question. And it took him a little bit to get back in, and Lon was like, oh, it's Thriller. And I think Mark made a joke about like, not, the Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And I just love how they have these issues with Lon. Yeah. And now it's like, oh no, what are we doing with this dead time? This dead air. Yeah. And Lon's just like, the answer is PYT, pretty young thing. Like, what a winner. Yeah. Can't get enough of the Lon's character. He's awesome. Amazing. But it was a lot of technical issues, but it was, it was bound to happen at some point. I'm surprised we got this far.
And it was a good match. Final Exam had a couple hiccups. Brendan had a couple hiccups in the first round too. Yeah, but there was one question in the second round where Bibbs was like, I don't know.
It was the first question, I think.
Or something like that. And Brendan's like, no, it's this.
Yeah.
And it ended up being that. And it's like, oh man, way to like recover from a not so hot first round.
Yeah, I forget what the answer was.
Yeah.
Oh no, one of the answers, was it the Diane Weist?
Was it?
No, I don't think it was.
You just want to say Diane
That was the
Weiss.
second question. Just makes me think of Brooklyn
Brooklyn
Nine-Nine.
Nine-Nine.
Yeah, I'm not.
Like, yes!
I'm not feeling too good.
Came
Yeah, I
out.
watched this one movie last night. I got a Diane
Diane
Weiss
Weiss
infection.
infection.
Ew.
Like, yes!
Like, yes.
Anyways.
Oh, man.
Man, big win for Shazam. Keeping the
wow.
ball rolling, so.
Yes.
Or getting the ball moving in the right direction and stopping the bleeding for us.
Yeah.
So.
Watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yes,
That's
please.
our third
So,
reference to it.
The main event.
Main events. Sorry. We'll try to reference other shows too. But
That's the only one we're watching on repeat right now.
kinda, yeah. So, main event.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got Dangerous Dan Murrell versus Ethan Big Time Erwin.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Finstock Exchange versus the Usual Suspects.
Yes, and this is the third time they're meeting because each time
yes.
Ethan won the first time. No, yeah, Ethan won the first time, Dan won the second time, and now this is like winner take all.
This is
literally,
big time. No pun intended.
or
So-
pun intended.
Yeah.
Dangerous big time.
Oh yeah.
Dangerously big
It
time.
was a dangerously big time event.
Yeah.
Stupid.
There's the title for the episode. Thank you.
Oh boy. So, round one. Dan misses the first question.
Oh,
no! No!
And this goes back to the conversation we had earlier that the first question could set the tone for the rest of the match, and it messes you as a competitor if you miss the first question. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
darn, and you can roll off of him, bounce off him like Superman bullets being shot at him because it's Dan Murrell.
Yeah.
He's gonna recover. So
I was telling Andrew because when it was like premiering live, I wasn't looking at the chat.
I don't either. I ignore live
I would
chat.
love to watch it like back for the first couple questions because I feel like I've watched enough live chat to know that there was definitely at least one or two people that were like, "It's over." Whoa, man! Dan missed the first question, and it's done.
And to that argument, it's like we're coming off of Star Wars and Intergeekdom fatigue, where almost every match we see is like, oh, if you miss one question,
You're probably
done. You're done.
Yeah,
This
outta
is
here, kid.
singles. It's very rare, even for Dan Murrell to see a perfect match, and especially in a 5-rounder.
Yeah.
So
we've all just come to expect like everybody gets perfect rounds
especially
all the time.
especially when you get to these
it's weird.
Yeah, when you get to these tier competitors, like it's a title match, so we expect them both to go perfect. It's like that doesn't happen all the time in singles.
It's also a titles match, and the questions might be stepped up a notch.
Yes,
So,
that too.
You know, I don't know how it works. I don't know if that's how it works. I don't know. It just seems like it might.
It should.
I don't know.
It should because it's a title match.
Round one, Dan missed the first question, and then he missed another question that was about like David Spade and Chris Farley, and it wasn't Tommy Boy. It was
Black
Black
Sheep.
Sheep.
Yeah, and at this point I'm like, oh no, Dan, no, and like Ethan hasn't missed at this point. It's like
he's looking like he's gonna go perfect, but
Yeah.
then he missed the last question.
big miss.
So by the end of round one, it was 6-7 in favor of Ethan.
Little ground made up by Dan.
Little
1
bit.
point down going to the second round, but again, it's 5 rounds. Anything can happen.
Round two.
Round 2.
Ethan goes first. He gets movie release dates. He spins away from it, gets Spike Lee.
Yes.
He goes to multiple choice one time. Missed it. It did get stolen.
Yes. Another. Yeah.
Then he
another
had
point.
a 2-point miss. Big fat 2-point miss, but no steal.
No steal.
Very lucky.
Yes.
And then the rest of the way, he did great. Dan goes. He gets courtroom/legal thrillers.
This is a new category.
Wow.
I believe this is a new category, and Dan
I
even
would think so.
even said like it's a newer category, hasn't
Very
been hit,
narrow.
very narrow, but it's such a niche category. He's like, I'm gonna spin away from it because there's other categories that he's
Yeah.
better in,
Yeah. So he spun away and got fantasy sci-fi.
and I believe he's strong in that.
He went to multiple choice twice. He got one, missed one, and that one did get stolen.
And that was a point that he stole and got stolen back. But Ethan did miss a 2-pointer, so
He did.
It-
With that, it was tied. It was 12-12 by the end of round 2.
at this point I'm like, oh my god,
I can't handle this.
can't handle this. I'm so nervous.
Round 3. You got your
This is
betting
the
round.
betting round.
So, movie release dates get spun.
And this is where the code speaking comes in.
Love
and
it.
I love this. This adds a new dimension. Like, you thought you saw it all in the Schmoedown. You thought, we've seen it and we'll get all this.
Yeah.
Competitors find a way to bring a new level, find
So-
a new strategy into the game.
Exactly. They're asking, hey, are we able to talk to our managers? And I don't think that Christian and Mark were expecting for that question.
Yeah.
It didn't seem, and they were like, well, yeah, sure.
I mean, you
He
should
gets
be able
60
to.
seconds. So then, like, Gucci and Dan asked him something like, okay, what are you thinking? January, April, or what are you thinking? January, April, or May?
Yeah,
or something
I
like
love
that.
This. I love this.
I think they ended up going with May.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh,
What is
wow,
that?
Spicy.
This is
What's going on
interesting.
here?
And just another peek behind the curtain. We didn't have this strategy going into my match. My match is like,
I don't think you really. I don't.
you don't need to. It's just like, you know what I'm gonna do. So
Yeah.
let's just go.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So he went with May.
Yeah.
The question was the year of release of Top Gun. Ethan wagered 1, got it right. Dan wagered 2 for May, apparently. Got it right. Hopefully that code will change by the next match.
It has to, because on adding this new dynamic, you got to add another dynamic. So we can't keep it the same. And
because now everyone's gonna know May.
it's like the Peyton Manning effect. Like you think you're decoding the calls to the line, but next quarter he changes it. So
Calls inaudible and inaudible.
Peyton Manning's my favorite quarterback of all time. So
Yeah.
if you haven't deduced that just yet,
That
I have
is
both of his jerseys in my closet right now.
true. Very true.
Yes.
So by the end of round 3, 13 of 14 in favor of dangerous Dan Murrell. Round 4.
No, the
Speed
speed
round.
round. Yes.
Dan, Ethan went first.
And
he got all 10 right.
Yeah. Oof.
Damn boy.
Damn.
Dan goes second. He didn't miss any, but he did pass on one.
It was the
Something about the year was 1988.
Yeah, release date. Yeah, release date question.
Of something.
Yeah.
By the end of round 4, we're back to a tie.
And I'm still like, come on, we can't. Why are you doing this to me, guys? I just can't handle it.
23 to 23.
Jeez.
So round 5. Oh my god. Ethan goes first. 2-pointer. He gets Tom Hanks. Something about the Da Vinci Code. He got it right. 2-point for Dan. He gets movie release dates yet again.
God. Yeah, this is, and Mark says as much, like we'll see these matches every once in a while where a category keeps coming up, and for Dan it was movie release dates.
Yeah, because I know that he had mentioned earlier when he got fantasy sci-fi that he was like, I hate Transformers.
It was his last question.
So
and then before he's like, oh, okay. He had some kind of joking one. It's like, oh yeah, I know all the Transformers movies or something like that to the effect like, oh, I like Transformers. And then when he misses, like, I cannot stand Transformers movies.
So when Mark was like, some categories have a way of popping back up, I'm like, there's not a Transformers category.
When did they add that to the what?
When did they put what? So it wasn't a Transformers category.
Yeah.
It was
Thank God.
Yeah. So 2-pointer for Dan. Movie release dates. Yeah, movie release dates. He gets Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Release date. He got it right. 3-pointer for Ethan. He gets the 90s. Something about Richard Dreyfuss and the American president. He got it right. Then Dan, for his 3-pointer, he gets rom-coms.
Rom-coms.
Which comedian was Zach in Employee of the Month? Dane Cook.
This is almost like a guess. It sounded like it.
It sounded like
a guess, but I think it was more like he was like Dane Cook.
Like, is that really it?
Is that really it?
Yeah.
Or like regarding because like where's Dane Cook been for the past couple of years?
It's a good question.
So maybe it was one of those. It's like Dane Cook. I haven't seen him in a long. I don't know.
Dane Cook made his way into the movie Schmoedown. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, he was funny when he was hot. He was funny.
Yeah, man.
I enjoyed his stand up
Oh, I really enjoyed his stand up
when he was hot.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Those were good times.
Yeah.
5-pointer for Ethan. Oscar films. Only 3 directors received 2 Best Director noms in the same year. Name one. So
you had something funny to like. Please say.
My
this on
guess
here.
was Martin Scorsese with the eyebrows.
Yeah.
And
the eyebrows.
And it wasn't Martin Scorsese.
No.
They named like 3 people, and I'm like, I've never heard of any of these people. They've probably made garbage movies.
It's like they've been nominated for Oscars.
I've never heard any of those names. What have they even done? Am I right, lady?
It's like, what?
Yeah, no.
Did you listen to the question?
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, probably not that good.
Maybe
Maybe the
for Oscars.
Academy
They
just
can't be
likes
good.
them. They're probably not that good. Just a bunch of people, old people that like those movies. Whatever. Good job on your Oscar nominations. 5-pointer for Dan. He gets a Brad Pitt. Ooh.
Ooh.
In A River Runs Through It, who plays the Reverend and father of Brad Pitt's character He misses it. So we go to overtime.
Oh yeah, and at this point, it's like the same as last week. Like Roca could have won it on the 5-pointer.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he missed his 5. You could have gotten it.
That close.
That close.
That close. So overtime.
It's a repeat of last match. It's like, God, come on, are you kidding me? And I am evacuating myself.
Ew.
Wait, I'm crapping myself? Nah, I mean, whatever. But you know what I mean.
Evacuating works. It's just gross.
But it's like, oh, come on. Are you serious? We have to go to overtime again.
Can't handle it.
I can't handle this. My nerves can't handle this.
So, question 1. Something about a film called Wind Talkers. Okay.
Yep.
Both got it. Question 2. Animated film Ferdinand. Never heard of that. They both missed it.
And guess who the answer was?
Peyton
Manning.
Quarterback.
I can't remember what Ethan wrote.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a quarterback.
He's like, I don't watch hockey. Oh, Ethan.
It's like
So
at least Dan's answer was an actual quarterback.
Yeah. Quarter 3. Quarter 3? Director.
Question 3.
Question.
We're having problems like the internet problems.
Just having brain problems. Question 3 was a director question.
Yeah.
Wow, we got there.
Yeah.
They both got it right. Question 4. Something about blood sport.
Mm-hmm.
They both got
it
right.
wrong. Both got it right.
That's
Oh yeah, that's
what
right.
my notes say.
They both said three days.
Oh yeah.
How long was the tournament?
Oh
in
yeah,
Bloodsport?
martial arts tournament.
I really like that. You've never seen Bloodsport, have you?
Never even heard of it.
Classic Van Damme film.
Oh, Van Damme.
Van Damme.
No.
Love it.
No. Was that the movie that he like does that really awkward dance in a bar?
I think so. Yes, I think so. Chat.
It's just.
Comment below. Tell us if
I
we're
get
right.
really uncomfortable watching that clip. I don't know why. It's just.
It could be. I'm not sure.
It's just.
But Bloodsport is great. It's a classic Van Damme film.
Not a fan of that dance scene. I'm sure Jean-Claude could have done something else.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. Would you like a cookie?
I say yes.
I said, you like some glass of milk? I said yes.
Question 5.
Whoa. Collider Live.
Oh man. Throwback.
Anyways.
Question 5.
5.
10 Things I Hate About You.
Mm-hmm.
Heath Ledger's character sings a song to Julia Stiles' character. What was it?
Mm-hmm.
I forget what Ethan said.
It was... Oh, I forgot to.
But Dan said, can't take my eyes off of you. And he got it.
I cannot handle this.
32 to 31. Dangerous Dan Murrell retains the title.
And fun little note. Same score as me and Scrimshaw.
Yeah.
And like people, and rewinding back to that match, people were like, oh, I want to see like several questions going to overtime between these two Titans.
No.
You got it with this match. Are you happy?
Mm-hmm.
As a competitor, you don't want to go that many questions into sudden death. As a fan, you want to see it.
Some are okay with it, but that was just...
It's like, I can't handle it. It's like, my nerves just can't handle it. Like,
no thanks.
Oh, man.
But we'll do it if we have to. All right?
We'll do it if we have to.
You know. If it happens, it happens.
Yeah, Dan retains the title, and it's 3 points?
3
3
I
points?
think.
Yes, 3 points. 3 much-needed points, because now we're tied for first place.
Yeah.
Back on top with corruption.
Yeah.
Whew, much-needed points. Usual Suspects really needed this to get, out of the bottom, but now Ethan goes into the tournament, and which also means Sabrina goes into the tournament as well. Because if Dan would have lost this, Dan would have gone to the tournament. Sabrina would have had to sit aside.
And Jen Kemp would have gone into the tournament.
Yes.
But now it's Sabrina, and I think she goes against Vinnie Mancuso.
Yes, Mancuso. And the winner goes against Ethan Erwin.
Woof.
But yeah, this match, I mean, it was an even match the entire time. Like, Dan missed a couple in the first. Ethan missed a big 2 points in the second. They both got the second round, third question of the third round question right, but Ethan wagered less. Ethan has an amazing speed round. Dan passes on one, and they both missed their 5-pointers. Like, this is even like somebody said, I think it was Harloff said, or somebody said that like, oh, they refer to these guys as titans of the game.
They are,
and they're titans, and again, we're coming off of like Inner Geekdom, Star Wars Days. Like, we expected them to go perfect. It's like, hey man, this is a singles division.
Yeah.
We often forget like it's hard to get a perfect game in singles.
There's 100 gazillion movies out there in the world, all up for singles.
It was a rough first round for Murrell, but it's Dan Murrell. Don't bet him out, especially in a 5-rounder, because he performed all the way to the end. And when you miss a 5-pointer, you get that close, stuck in there. And there was a fun note for the answer of what was it? It was "Can't Keep My Eyes Off You." Mara comes into the end, and it's like, "Oh, that's our song." So I knew he knew it. I was like, "Oh, get out of there, Mara! We don't be accused of cheating." Like Dan Murrell's gonna cheat, but still.
I love how Dan was like, "She was in the bedroom. Don't worry."
Yeah, but
because somebody was probably like, "Mara was there, giving him the answers."
It's like, really?
Chill
out. It's Dan Murrell, but yep, defending the title. I don't know how many title defenses he has. I gotta look it up. But yeah, retains title, and he's got to go at it again next week, defend the team's title.
Oh, I was gonna say what?
Yeah,
but
fantastic match. Like this week is just full of like just if you're a Schmoedown fan or you just became a Schmoedown fan,
we're living the dream right now.
Yeah,
the digital dream.
What a week it was. Just like, oh man, so the James White thing, the Bonnie Somerville match, and now this match, the Shazam match was great.
So much amazing stuff happening.
Spoils.
Oh, yeah. We're being super spoiled right now getting this much.
Yeah, so now Dan has to wait for the winner of Bateman and Guy. Because... Yeah. So and that's like 2-3 weeks from now. 3 weeks from now?
Why do I want to say it's like the 27th?
I think it...
Or something
No,
like
that's the Guy Bateman match. And the week after that is the title match.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, Guy Bateman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were referring to the title match.
Nope.
Don't listen to me again, having problems with our connection. But yeah, so next week, or this week, I should say.
This week,
we have so we have obviously we have the Throwdown, but we also have that play-in match between.
Do you want me to pull it up?
Yes, please.
Here we go. Let me pull up my
we couldn't talk. We couldn't talk about the play-in match yesterday because we didn't want to spoil the outcomes. Because if we spoiled the outcome, then we know who won.
And if you've made it this far and you haven't watched, I don't know what
are
to
you
tell
doing?
you. Really don't know what to tell you at that point. So I know that we mentioned this last time, but here we go. So Monday, August 17th, we're getting...
Yeah, get to the play-in with Sabrina because we already went over those matches yesterday.
I just wanted to give people a reminder of what's coming up. But you know what? Check the site. Check the Schmoedown.
Schmoedownlive.com.
Vinnie Mancuso versus Sabrina Ramirez. And that's happening...
Is it happening this week or is it happening next week?
I don't know. The date's gone.
Oh, no.
It just says... I think it's Wednesday the 19th. That's what it said yesterday when I looked at it, but that's gone now. I don't know.
So
why.
yeah, we'll talk about. But Sabrina gets to make her debut. Highly touted free agent, and Finstock was able to sign her. And Mancuso, I think the only time we've seen him this season was with the Butcher Boys, and I think he had a pretty decent showing.
I think he did.
So, and we have no idea how Sabrina's going to do because obviously first match. Mm-hmm. But so it should be good because just the amount of hype that's around her because everybody was looking to sign her. Mm-hmm. So we're hoping she can pull it out because obviously exchange member. So
yeah,
it's going to be good.
Yeah,
it should be good.
And you got a rookie going up against. Wait. Is this Vinnie Mancuso's rookie season?
I think so.
Oh, so he's, I guess, a rookie
but
too.
We have tape. We actually have tape on him.
We have a tape on him just in teams, not in singles. Yeah. But, the skills transfer. So, But, yeah, it's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a good one.
And then the other one that we didn't talk about was Who's the Boss versus Shazam.
So Shazam won this one, and now they go on to face Who's the Boss, who's waiting for somebody to come up for a number one contender. And Bibiani brought up this point on backstage. Is like, it's interesting that usually what happens with losers of title matches in Spectacular, especially with the teams and their records, they get an automatic number one contender shot with their next match. And it's weird that he said, this is according to him, that it's weird that they had to beat Final Exam to get to a number one contender shot. So it's interesting, but, now they do get the number one contender shot. It's just interesting that they had to go match then that rather than straight into a number one contender shot. So, but anyways, Who's the Boss is looking really good. Mm-hmm. Mark Riley is also in the singles tournament, but we haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
His last match was against Janine the Machine, and it was a TKO. And it's just is ring.
That was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. So, but obviously, Exchange member, we've obviously been brushing up with everybody's been helping each other out, and they've been having mock matches. I remember them talking about a mock match between the Horsemen, and I would love to see the tape on that. Yeah. That'd be insane. But Ben's making his digital debut next week.
Yeah.
With Who's the Boss, and I wouldn't put it past him to maybe want to brush up on a couple of things, because he's a competitor that I think feeds off of the energy of the audience.
Yeah.
So
it'll be interesting to see, especially like I said, somebody who likes to build tension, and now you can't really do that so much in a Teams format online. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's another good one. If you're not a patron, what are you doing?
I mean, we understand something.
We understand, but again, this is like week after week.
If you have the means,
then
it is worth it.
Worth it, because before it was like, oh, you get the live events like as they come out. It's like you may get one like at one a month. Like we've gotten 4 back to back.
Right now, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, just playing catch up, and it's like we got to do all these live events just to catch up with the matches that we weren't playing throughout the season. So it's a great time to be a Schmoedown fan. A great time to be a Schmoedown patron at the $10 tier, because you're getting your money's worth. And this with the exhibition matches that are coming out every month. So it's great. But the main event for next week's for Throwdown is,
let's see. It's it's Founding Fathers and Corruption for the team titles match.
So if you're complaining about the exchange hour, don't tune into the Throwdown, I guess, because it's the exchange hour next week.
Yeah, there's a lot happening.
There's a lot happening. So Founding Fathers Corruption Part 4. They have been great matches.
Oh, they're always a good match. I mean, when you've got John Roca and Mike Kalinowski on the mic against each other. It's gonna be hot.
And Roca is itching for a win, because that loss against Ethan was like, so close. 2 times he's close to the win, or at least tying.
Knew it, said it, just couldn't get it down.
Couldn't pull it, and it's just like, and like every time, you see Roca in post interviews, he's like, whatever, and then the Outlaw snaps into it. It's like,
there he is.
What do you? It's like there. I say it all the time. Like there he is. There's the Outlaw. There's my favorite. And I've said it multiple times. I've said it to his face. John Roca is my favorite competitor out of anybody, just because of the grit and how you just can't seem to keep him down.
No way.
And like every time he stumbles just a little bit, he comes back swinging, and that's somebody I've always looked up to in this game. Somebody I've modeled my character after. Yeah. So, gonna be great. Gonna be awesome. And Corruption's on a hot streak right now too. So this is another opportunity for us to stop the bleeding. And getting back into the win column and getting back on top of the leaderboard. Yeah. So cannot wait for this Friday.
My blood pressure.
This time especially, because this Throwdown and last week Throwdown, because Kevin Smeth's big fan of his, my guy, and I was like, I was just nervous for him. This one, obviously nervous because of Dan, faction mate. Next week, it's just like, I'm not going to be able to relax for the entire live event.
At least it's like either the undercard or the main event. It's like at least one of them.
Yeah.
It's other factions, but oh man, no break.
No break for the exchange.
No break.
This coming Friday, because it's all full steam ahead, and it's all the Horsemen. This is the first time we get to see all the Horsemen in one night in a long time.
Oh my god, we are so spoiled.
The 5s need to come out. I want to see
spoiled.
5s all over the screen.
Yeah.
Or in chat, the high 5s in chat. This might be the only time I join live chat meetings. I'm like, just every 5 seconds, just 5.
Yeah, we are very spoiled right now as Schmoedown fans.
It's
my word.
Fantastic. So, I think that's it.
Because we better save our energy, because there's about 20 matches this week. So
got a lot to talk about, and I think next week we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna split it up into 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So our fans are gonna. So if you're a Schmoedown fan and a Beyond the Schmoedown fan, you're getting really spoiled next week, because it's 2 episodes next week. So next Monday we'll be going over the tournament matches, and then the Tuesday we'll be going over the Throwdown.
Yeah.
Same format for this week. So
otherwise, I feel like it would just be overload.
Yeah.
And either would be rushing, or it would just turn out to be too long of an episode. Yeah. And who's got the time?
Who's got the time?
You know?
Another Brooklyn reference. Sorry.
Sorry.
Anyways, with that, I think we'll wrap this episode up. Nicki Dimalanta, where can they find you online?
Twitter. You can look for me on Twitter. Where am I going to put it? Where am I going to put it on the screen?
So we can find you on Twitter?
Twitter. Yeah.
Twitter?
Yeah, Twitter.
Really? Twitter?
Uh-huh.
Where can we find you on Twitter?
On Twitter, you can find me at Dimmy. DIMMMYYY.
As for me, you can follow me on Twitter and Twitch at Drew Dimalanta, DIMALANTA.
And if you want to follow us on YouTube,
If you're watching this
on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. And you know what else? Click that bell icon over there in the corner to see when we do things on YouTube.
If you're listening to us in audio form, head over to Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to your podcast feeds and the Beyond the Schmoedown feed. Rate us, please. Helps us out tremendously. If you'd like to support this channel and our shows without liking, commenting, subscribing, you have the means. Join the Patreon, patreon.com/Andrew and Nikki. Become a member of the squadron. Speaking of squadron captains, thank you so much for your support. Timur Butter, Ferris Bathana, Bidor, and Josh Estes. Thank you again for your continued support, our squadron captains. And with that, thank you again for joining us on this episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. We will see you next time.